Frank Mountain is a millionaire property developer and the ultimate petrol head. Last year we followed him every step of the way as he bought Michael Schumacher's Ferrari Formula One car. He didn't just buy it for display though, he's gone on to use it in demonstration races, including one around the streets of Monaco. Now, while Ferrari's sister company, Maserati, were doing secret testing on the mc12, their new 200-mile-an-hour GT car. And Frank fell in love with the sound it made.
This is Pavarotti. Oh, look at, listen. You listen, he goes out there and he goes, ding, 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 ding. There you go, bing. Oh, yes. Can't wait to get my hands on driving one of these.
And sure enough, Frank ordered one. But the reality hasn't quite matched the dream. So cut from a sunny private test track in Italia to 1 year later in Britain, where it snows. Frank's MC12 is the first one in the country, and this is the story of exactly what it's like to own a £500,000 hypercar in real life. As soon as Frank took delivery of the MC12, he wanted to run it in, on a track. So we organised a day at Cadwell Park. Seeing as he lives 6 hours away, we expected Frank to trailer his precious car up there. Hats off, he decided to drive. A cold snap made the long haul even worse. Blizzards and ice are not ideal for learning about your new supercar. Miraculously, he made our overnight stop in one piece, the MC12 being a dramatic addition to the car park. It's nearly 17 feet long and 7 feet wide. That's wider than a Humvee. But really, it's a race car, and just 50 will be made road legal, sold only to Maserati's favourite customers.
I can't believe he just left in the snow. He's going to crash.
Oops. Fate was obviously listening, but before our date with Doom at the circuit, we had to go and fill her up. The reality of supercar ownership is that you spend as much time at the petrol station as you do on the open road. The 6-litre V12 was returning about 5 miles per gallon.
£78.23p, that's the most I've ever put in this car. And it's cheap fuel too, it's only 80.9 a litre. So imagine on the motorway services, you're putting it at 95p a litre. You get to 100 quid.
The other essential task was to refill the washer bottle, but first we had to work out how to take the bonnet off.
This is the manual for a £490,000 car. It's quite a lot, that's all you get. Lift lever B and press the button C. I've done that.
Yeah, that's on the latches.
Yeah. Detach electric connector D and a hydraulic line E.
It's an IKEA shelf.
Where's cap C? Ah! Look at this, it's my boot.
Have you never seen under there?
No. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh,
He snapped the cap off.
Finally, we could head for the circuit to see what this 630 horsepower monster could really do. But disastrously, the track was snowbound. While we waited for it to thaw, I was able to have a close-up look at this carbon fibre work of art.
I mean, oh gosh, look at all this. How do you feel about it when you get all this? Look at all that, it's taken all the paint off. That must be gravel.
the fact of the matter is, the car is to be used. I mean, you know, I think it makes the car look meaner.
You think it makes it look meaner?
It looks like it's been used. I mean, you know, what's the point of having a car that just sits there all gleaming?
You've not got no front number plate, Frank. Where's your front number plate gone?
It's behind my seat.
That's a bit naughty.
Yeah, I know, but it would spoil the lines. So pull it down. Pull it down. And you lift in unison. Pull. Pull. Pull.
Wow.
And that's the problem.
What?
Where'd you put it? So I said, could I have the options list? Yeah, certainly. So where is it? I said, well, there aren't any options. I'm sorry, Pete can't have any. What about a radio? No, can't have a radio. What about choice of upholstery colour? No, that's the only choice you can have.
How much did it cost again?
Or £470,000, depending on the exchange rate you choose.
Now, the MC12 is based on the Enzo Ferrari, which Frank happens to own as well, incidentally, but the Maserati is bigger, heavier and slower. So it begs an obvious question.
Why'd you buy it?
Because it's a Maserati, and Maserati has a bigger history than Ferrari. Look, I'm a Ferrari nut anyway, as you know. I'm passionate about Ferraris and I think they're fantastic, but I'm passionate about cars generally. And Maserati is, they're back on the map now. And it's nice to have a piece of the history that's going to start them off.
Whoa. With a strip of tarmac now visible, we finally got onto the circuit. Now, most people would have pottered around in their delicate car on a greasy track, but Frank's actually a decent driver. He did, after all, finish last year's Le Mans just 14 months after getting a race licence.
But what's it like with it being so big and long? Is it
Once
heavy?
the back, you feel the back because there's a lot of weight out there. Once the weight starts to go, you can just balance the car on it. It's really, really easy to drive.
Or maybe not. Or maybe not again. Although he did keep it going. But then came the skid that was unrecoverable.
We're going to die!
Oh dear.
The rear spoiler took the brunt of the impact, causing about £5,000 worth of damage to the carbon fibre body. But more than that, the car was well and truly wedged. But once it was free, it was drivable, and Frank took it all the way back home. And here's the most important thing I learned about owning a supercar. Forget all the niggles and the costs and the accidents. No matter how bad life gets, if you own a car like this, there'll always be a smile on your face.
Here's a reminder of our competition to win a classic Range Rover. Is 4x4 a common way of referring to A, four-wheel drive, B, 4 windscreen wipers, or C, 4 steering wheels? To enter, call 0901 533 9955 or text GEAR plus A, B or C to 81555. Lines close at midday on Monday the 25th of April. You can enter via our website, where there are also details of our new download feature. Next week, there are lives at stake. We are crash testing lampposts to see if they're as safe as their makers claim.
You can chat online now with Jason Plato on the 5th Gear website. Log on at 5.tv/5th Gear. Next tonight, Sylvester Stallone is Judge Dredd. That's after a 5 News update.